I'm Claire. What's your name?
I'm Mary VanScoik.
What branch did you serve in?
I was in the United States Marine Corps.
Wow. Um, what rank?
I was an E4, so corporal. That means I was an NCO, so a non-commissioned officer.
Wow, that's amazing. um, what, what made you join the military?
So I was about your age when I'm like, you know what? I want to be in the Marine Corps. And so I always said I was going to be in the Marine Corps. And then all throughout middle school, all throughout high school, I'm like, you know what? This is just what I'm going to do. And so that's what I did. Towards the end there, it was I wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than myself and really just serve on a team. And quite honestly, I wasn't ready to go to college right away because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
What years did you serve?
I went to boot camp on August 10th, 2015, and I just got out this year in 2020 on August 30th.
Wow, you've been in boot
That
camp
was
for a long time.
Well, no, I finished my boot camp, so that's 3 months long, and you go to Paris Island, South Carolina, and then after that, you go to a bunch of schooling, and then you get stationed somewhere. And so I was stationed in Minneapolis from March 2016 until just recently.
Where and how, what was your training like?
Okay, so my training, like I said, was in South Carolina. It's called Paris Island. It's this teeny tiny little island, and that's the only place that females go for the Marine Corps. And we only trained with other girls. And it was hot. Paris Island is just hot and humid, and the mosquitoes are like the size of your face. And it was hard while I was like going through it, but I look back at it, but it was really funny. And it wasn't that hard. It was probably one of the easier things I've had to do because it's just a big game of Simon Says.
Can you tell me about a friend or a service member that you you looked up to or were friends with?
So I had a bunch of them, but one that sticks out, his name was Sergeant Peasky. He really took care of me, really helped me out, and he was just there for me. He was best friends with my drill instructor. I found that out. They were best friends. And he kind of took me in and trained me to be like him and Steph Sergeant Belmore now. But he was my mentor. He helped me PT. He helped me through some really hard times that I had gone through and was just there for me as a friend.
What's your favorite memory?
There's so many. So one of my favorite memories probably has to be getting promoted to corporal, because that's a huge thing in the Marine Corps is when you get promoted to an NCO. I really enjoyed doing Toys for Tots. So that's one of my favorite memories, and just being with my friends.
What did you do in corporal?
So I was an administrative specialist. So I joke around with people and I tell them I did paperwork, and I cried a lot because of all the paperwork. So I was in charge of paying Marines, making sure they paid their government travel charge cards, making sure their travel claims were done, and basically customer service. So if anyone walked in and had a question, I was the front line and had to help them out. I even had one kid walk into me and ask me where they kept the shovels. And I told them, this is the admin office. You're in the wrong spot.
Wow. How did you remember all of the information?
I wrote it down. So I wrote it down, and once you use it a lot, you kind of just keep remembering it, and then it just becomes part of your daily life. Like, I could still tell you how to do something that I haven't done in a couple months now, but you just remember how to do it. It's like going to school. You learn math, you always remember how to do it. You have to learn it first, and if you can't find it at first, you go and you look for it.
What helped you get through your service?
My friends, and knowing that it could always be worse. Sometimes it's always gonna be bad, but it always gets better.
Yeah. Why do you think it's important for students to learn about the military and your stories?
So I think it's important because if we don't teach history, history will repeat itself. And it's important to know that there's more things than just us out there, and there's people who have given their lives so we can have the freedoms that we've had. And it may not even be that you're infantry or anything like that. I'm sorry. Everyone's job is important, no matter if you're admin, if you're infantry, if you're an aircraft mechanic. Everyone needs to come together, and you need to work together. And everyone needs to realize that. And one of the sayings in the Marine Corps is everyone is a rifleman. So before we're in our jobs, we all know how to do one thing. So if it comes to it, we can do it. And I think that's important and one of the reasons why I joined the Marine Corps, I want to go over this, is because of the history. We take a lot of pride in our history. Every year on November 10th is the Marine Corps' birthday. They've been around since 1775. And it's just the history, and you kind of learn it, and you understand that, yeah, this time's hard right now, but it was worse. And that people have done a lot more than what you actually think.
Did you ever get drafted somewhere or?
No, I just stayed. So I was what's called so it's independent duty. It's inspector instructor. So each state has reservists. And my job was to take care of the reservists. Because believe it or not, they're a really important part of the military too, even though we all kind of make fun of them. They're very important. They're usually the first ones to go when they get deployed, and they kind of lay down the foundation for everyone else until we can get out there.
Hey, Claire, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So one thing I'm curious about is you're still young, and I know you got your hands full there, but do you think there will be a point where you're going to miss your service and re-enlist?
I already miss it. And if I could go back, so I got medically separated.
Oh, okay.
If I could go back, I've already thought about it. I'm already like, okay, I can drill for free. I can drill for some points. I already miss it.
Wow.
It's a really weird transition coming from. So I was 18 when I joined, and now I'm 23, and that's all I knew. So it's just a really weird transition for me.
Yeah.
I'm doing the whole college thing now. So it's different.
Sure.
Thank you for your time and your service.
Thank you. Thank you, Claire.